What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I didn't expect y'all to be up this late. Doing a session for Miss Tiffany. So, Miss Tiffany, when you are live in full effect, do me a favor and say something in the comments. So, Erica, Ashley, Darlia, I'm thinking that's D. Darlia, let me know if I'm wrong. Danietta, hey, love. Finding her way. Remind me what your name is again. I'm gonna remember one of these days. Hey, Amita. Hey, Tiffany. I see you, love. Okay, I see you, baby. How you doing, Clarissa? Welcome to the live experience. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, baby. This is I know I was actually getting ready to log off for the evening, but I caught that email and I'm glad I did because that's what we're here for. Okay, so I know you have the template, so I'm going to talk you through it, okay? So basically, I'm talking you through it as if you're doing these changes yourself, and then you'll be able to reference this in the future so that you can use this template. And I'll make sure that I send you the Photoshop version of this edit, okay? All right, so we might have a little bit of a delay. So if I'm waiting on your answer to something, then I'll probably get started on something else. All right, and let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to change the photos out, but if you could type for me what details you want on there, whether you want a name, dates, if you want it to say fly high my angel or you want it to say something else, then I can definitely edit that for you, okay? And as always, we're gonna put some love into this. Anytime we have remembrance designs, we definitely put our heart into it. So if we need to change up colors, fonts, anything like that, you just let me know, okay? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and find the photo. So I'm right clicking on our little one here and I'm going to select the photo. Now what this does is when I bring in my new photo, it's going to place it right on top of that. So I don't have to search for it and put it in the wrong layer. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in our photo. You let me know which one you want to use as the main photo and which one you want to use as the accent photo. Or if you even want to do wings, I like this black and white image is really nice. That's one. And then I have the photo in color. Oh, such a handsome young man, so young. My condolences. I don't know if this is family or maybe for one of your clients or whatnot, but definitely want to offer my deepest condolences. Y'all know how this type of thing can take a toll on us, but I'm glad that we're able to offer a service during these times. All right, so this beautiful baby here, let me know, Tiffany, which one you want to use maybe as the main image versus the background image. The black and white probably looks really good in the background too. And I'll kind of show you better than I can tell you, right? So let's place this photo behind the wings. I'll kind of give you an idea here, and then we can even Control T to transform it, rotate it a little bit, and figure out where we want this. I have the moon over here. I really like the moon in the stairs. And since we have two photos, we can kind of make way for basically moving the text up a little bit. And let's make sure that we save as. I got you, love. Let's see. Make sure I put this Tiffany. Fly high, my hero. I like that. So let's double click on the word angel, and then we can just type right over it. Hero, and then it's going to take on the same colors and everything. Do you like the gold, or do we need to change that up? And here's my thing. Let's see. Depending on which image you want as the main image, whether you want him smiling in the background and then the black and white image in the foreground, or vice versa. You see how I have that image there in the background? I don't know if you can tell. We have the watermark image back there. And that is at 74% opacity. Blue and green. Yes. All right, so let's see what one photo looks as the watermark versus the other. Let's create a clipping mask. We want that black and white to stay on that layer. So we have the color photo kind of as the background image, and it doesn't have to be like this. Or we can do it vice versa. We can do the black and white image in the background. And then we can put the color image in the foreground. And I have some different wing options on here. So if you want to do this, the smiling picture in the foreground, I have some wings that'll cover up his shoulders, okay? Oh. And then of course we can move the halo. I'm right clicking, I'm choosing the halo, moving it. And then with the shoulders here, I can choose these style wings that kind of cover up the shoulders. The front wings, these have front and backs to them, so I have to activate the backs too. And I'll show you that difference. So that was wings 3, and then we want the back wings there. And see how that kind of conveniently covered up the sides of the image that was cut off? So it looks a little more encompassing and realistic. Here we go. And then of course we can change the name. Ah, I read your mind. I'm just now getting that comment, Tiffany, where it says the color up front and the black and white in the background. We're on the same page. Kindred Spirits. So let's change the name here. Now to change the name, all I need to do is double click. I double clicked on the wrong thing. We double click on the text and just start typing. In this case, I'm just going to cut and paste. Then it will replace that existing text. And last name is Bankhead. So we'll double click on Janae. And we can put the last name. And then for the dates, if we're going to keep the format, I like to copy and paste dates just because I don't like to get this type of thing wrong. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm going to copy and paste the dates. And Tiffany, you let me know what's wrong. Is it supposed to be like 1990? Because for the birth date, the year, I have 2020, or maybe it's supposed to be 2000. Let me know what that's supposed to be, love. Because I'm copying and pasting off the notes here. And let me know if that looks right to you. Okay, 2001. Got you. And let me make sure everything else 0205 2001. And then 7/19/2020. Got you. Okay, so the only thing that we have left to do is to change out the colors. So let's right click. Now it's already blue. You said blue and green. You want to do like a bright green, like a grass green, or like a dark green. Let me know what kind of green you have in mind. And I'm going to just follow up and give you a little something to look at. I'm going to duplicate this existing pink gradient layer. And I'll just bring it there. Turn off the pink and let's make it green instead. And we'll do dark green. Okay, cool. And we get, that's why I always make gradients too, because with gradients you can be a little less exact with colors, and somewhere along the way it's going to be in there. So I'm just clicking on this color stop, and when I click somewhere else it's going to repeat that color stop, and then I can double click on it and change it. So I'm going to delete these color stops, make it a little simpler. Now it's not going to look dark green because of the effect that we have on it. It kind of looks a little bit lighter, but we can definitely make it a darker color. Make it more of a more opaque color there. And then I'm going to go ahead and save this as a new gradient. And we're going to do the same thing to this pink area right here. So this is our layer 13. It's like a little mid-ground little cloud here. And we can do a color overlay here. I'm going to turn it off, do a gradient overlay instead. You see it added a little bit of that dark green there. We can just edit that a little bit. And right now we have this blend mode for this front color gradient overlay as color, but the cloud is already really light. So if we want it to be darker, then we can do a different effect. See how multiply and darken kind of add the darker green color? Let me know if you like that. Now, how about the blue? Is this a good blue, or do we need a different type of blue? And what I did was I right clicked on the name Javaris, and then I'm going to go to the gradient overlay that's on here. And I'll pick my new one that I just created. And I might even put a little black in there just to make it really dark. Kind of have a good range there, and then make it kind of glow in the middle with this lighter green. Okay, and essentially that's it. We can tweak it a little bit more. I think I'm gonna make this photo just a little bit smaller in the background, just so I can make sure I get his face clearly. There we go. And I think that looks beautiful. I like this color combination. I have to say, if you didn't tell me blue and green, I probably would have never chosen it. So I'm glad these were his favorite colors. Okay, love. Is there anything else you want to see changed on this one? And like I said, these the reason why these are called 10-minute templates is because I want you to be able to change them out of template in 10 minutes. I don't expect, everyone just coming out the gate to be able to do this in 10 minutes. However, once you get familiar with how the templates are set up and how to just, right click on the artboard and find what it is that you want to change out, um, and edit these elements like with the color overlays or the gradients, I think you'll be a lot more comfortable. And Tiffany, I'm pretty sure that once you get this file, you'll play with it and you'll be able to have a little bit more confidence, possibly to do this the next time. But you'll see there's some other layers in here, like that's a teal background. That's it's supposed to be navy, but it's multiplying with something else. Oh no, that's the purple. That's the navy blue. So you have some options, and I want you to play around with these. I know you probably don't have time because this is like a really, usually time sensitive type of project. So when you do have a little time, I want you to go in here and play with these layers. And always, if you think you're gonna mess something up, just do a save as and play with it. And if you get too far ahead of yourself and you mess something up, then you have a save as version. You can always go back to your original. Okay. So I'm saving this one for you. Matter of fact, let me Control S to save right now. I'm trying to figure out what this is. I think it might be a poem or something that's on here. Oh yeah, that was a poem. All right. So this particular template, the background colors, I have so you have foreground colors. So there are three different layers to this, the clouds. There are the foreground clouds, which are right here, right up under the name. And you can change the colors of those by simply clicking on these different little layers that are already set up. They add different effects. And you can edit those colors. You can double click on them and change those colors out. We're going to go with the green here. And that's all I did. I just took and duplicated the pink one, and then I changed the pink one to green. So then I kept my pink one, and then now I have a new green option. Same thing for, there are some, that's the foreground clouds. Where are the midground? There's the image there. These are our background clouds. Oh, it's in the background. So in the background I have, let me rename this. I'm going to rename this middle cloud. So right there in the middle, there's a cloud that kind of gives it this kind of second chance to add color between the two. Now you can take it off or you can turn it on and make it whatever color you want. All you have to do is double click either on color overlay or gradient overlay. And as you can see, I'll move this out of the way so you can see. There's color overlay, and you can change it to whatever color you like. You can do a gradient overlay, which kind of gives it some variation. So you'll see some of the black and the green in there. And then finally, you have an overall color overlay for just the whole background. And this is where I was saying, you can do the pink there. There's a teal and that purple. And all I'm doing with these layers is playing with the hue. You see that? And the saturation. So you can pretty much make whatever color you want in the background. Make it as light or as dark as you want. I like to have a little contrast there. If you turn the saturation all the way down, you get a grayscale image. You turn the saturation all the way up. I never recommend cranking it all the way up. You get more of a vibrant color. And sometimes you'll see a vibrant color in your screen and your printer's just not going to print it. It doesn't have the gamut to print it. So when you try it, it will try you. So that's just one of those lessons you'll learn the hard way. What your printer can and can't print, you'll get a good understanding for that. So you said add the same black and white image in the corner. So you want to take the color image, or you want to basically like take this image and copy it. I'm going to hold down Alt, click and drag. And y'all have to tell me the story about this. I don't know about this one. But I have to admit, I've been kind of out of the loop lately, trying to handle issues that they kind of been sending me halfway crazy. So I haven't been into the local news and stuff lately. So y'all have to fill me in. Is that what you mean when you say add the photo to the corner? Give me a good idea of what you want me to do with that. My suggestion would be kind of more or less to do one and then if we do the other one, I'm trying to make sure it looks balanced. But see how that moonlight kind of cuts into the way there? Gotcha. So I'm gonna probably move this moon just a little bit, so it's just not right on his face. I feel a certain type of way about people's faces, especially in remembrance designs. Um, I'm very careful about not cutting off anybody's face or adding too many effects over a face or something like that, because I believe that that it just takes away from the overall memorial feel of it. So I feel a little bit better that it's on his forehead and not cutting like right over his eyes. And then I need to fade off this image here on this side because I can see the hard line right here where the photo cuts off. So I'm going to add a layer mask, and real quick I'm going to grab my brush. I got one of my splatter brushes. I want to get the soft round brush. I'll bring it in, and then I'm just going to brush around the outside of it with my black selected because black is going to conceal, white reveals. And I'll go ahead and do it to the other side just in case. But I'm just fading it off so that I never see that hard edge of that photo. Is that what you want to see, Tiffany? Okay, so y'all gonna have me do some research tonight. I gotta learn the story of this young soul. Okay, so let me go ahead and save. And Tiffany, let me know if there's anything else we need to add to this one. I see something down here. I'm gonna fade off the bottom of my image since I moved it up. I'm gonna add a layer mask. Grab my brush tool and I'm gonna fade off the bottom down there. Okay, good. All right, my love, I'm gonna take off the white background. Let's see, it should be ready to save as a PNG. I save it as a JPEG before I print because I don't like to print from the Photoshop file because the file is usually so intense and large. Oh, that's light blue versus. Now, where did that one come from? So yeah, hopefully, oh, oh my gosh, that he is so brave. That is amazing. Oh my God. That that speaks volumes, especially with everything going on today. No, it's actually it's not a tear. What that is it's part of the background. Somebody asked if this is a tear right here. It's not a tear. It is a part. Oh, it's a cloud in the background that kind of makes it look darker, lighter. If you think it looks like a tear and you don't want it to be a tear, like you don't want it to look like a tear, then let me show you what we could do for that. We'll just add a new layer right in front of the clouds. And I'll show you, take the existing photo, turn it down. You see what that is? It's the cloud kind of dipping down and coming back up. So anytime something looks like, you let me know if you like the tear or don't like it. But if there's ever something that kind of bothers you the way it looks, then you definitely have the ability to change that. So I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and this is from the brush pack. I'm going to grab one of my clouds. Oh, that's not, that's a splash brush. So the brush pack has clouds, it has splash, like brushes, lightning, flames for fire, all of that stuff. I'm looking for a cloud. So I'm going to choose my cloud brush. And I made a brand new layer, so I'm not going to color on my existing layer. But I'm going to just stamp. And it shows up black at first. But then I'm going to do an effect and a color overlay. And instead of choosing like a stark white, I'm going to choose one of these light blue, almost white. Well, let's choose white and let's see. And then I'm going to Control T to transform it. And as you can see, I made my own little cloud right there. I can rotate it and I can make it look like it's part of the original design so that it kind of covers up. We see that tear is there, or the teardrop area is there. And then I can add the cloud. Then when I bring the image back, see how now it doesn't have that same tear there? And I can actually change the color of that cloud. See, I can change the color of the cloud. If I want more of the face to show through, just choosing one of the lighter colors. I think I like that one. Control T, and now I can control the size of the cloud. However, if you like the teardrop, then I can turn it off and the teardrop is still there. Now, of course, you're going to get this Photoshop file, so you'll be able to turn on these layers on and off. I just want you to know what everything is and what it looks like. Yes, yes, y'all show Tiffany some love. And thank you so much. I didn't, realize that this was family, so I know that that's sometimes very hard to look at photos and do these type of designs. So my hat's off to you. Um, I know how strong you have to be in order to keep things together, probably for everybody else, because you're not doing this for you, you're doing this for him and everyone else. But I'm sure his brave spirit is sitting right along with you, and I hope and pray for your peace and all of the loved ones' peace, especially during this time. So our hearts are with you, our prayers are with you. We are definitely, and we're grateful for you to allow for this experience to be something that we can use to learn too, because this isn't the easiest thing to see. So I commend you and I thank you for allowing this to be an opportunity that others can can view and learn from as well. So I think it came out beautiful. I think just your inspiration and something basically woke me up from my getting ready to go to nap tonight and said, you know what? Check on something real quick. So this was meant to be, Tiffany, for us to connect tonight and be able to have this kind of therapeutic session. And for all us NA creators to be throwing love your way. We appreciate you. Okay, my love. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. If y'all have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and send this over to Tiffany. So if she needs to get started, um, then she'll have that at her fingertips. But in the meantime, while I'm sending this, any questions that y'all want to send through, go ahead and let me know. And I'll be sticking around for just a little while to answer questions while y'all have me live. Now, Tiffany, it's going to send it to you as a Google Drive link because it's going to be a huge file. I'm going to also go ahead and save it as a JPEG just in case. Like if this is something that you needed to absolutely like print tonight or anything, and you have issues with Photoshop and I happen to be asleep, I'm going to save it as JPEG for you. So you will have no problem opening and printing that one. Now, anything else, send me a message or reply to this email, and I should be able to catch it if you need anything in the morning. So I just sent the full Photoshop file, and next I'm sending the JPEG. There you go, love. So you should be receiving that any second now. Clarissa, this is a template. Let me see if I can show you which template it is. On the Innate Lab website. And it's this one. I think it's Stairway. If you type in Stairway, it's that one. So if you purchase a template, it has these layers. And Tiffany was, this is an urgent design that needed to be done. Tiffany has this Photoshop file, and I told her that we would do it live so that she could see how to edit the layers rather than me handing you fish. I really want to teach you to fish, so that's why I offer the templates. And then if you really get stuck, my goal is to be available or have someone available for you to do a template edit if you need it, okay? So I'm trying to empower you all to be able to say, hey, I can offer these designs. And if someone picks that as a template and you just really get stuck, I want to be able to help you like we're helping Tiffany tonight, and just go ahead, do those edits, show you how to change it in the future. So you'll have this video for reference later, and you can go right into that template, and she'll have the knowledge and the confidence to go ahead and change that for future jobs. Okay. Yes, and for those of you who are like really interested in learning and need more of a classroom setting, I do have um, the Innate Academy. If you go to academy.innatelab.com, there's the Innate Academy, and we have live courses. The next one coming up is this one on affinity, and then we have another one coming up. I want to say it's supposed to be this Sunday, and we're going to be learning to design. It's a really quick template that I have that teaches you how to design a quick shirt or license plate pretty much on demand in a pop-up shop type of setting. So I do print on demand at events, and I use this really simple template to do my license plates, my t-shirts, and also socks. And those are my top selling 3 products when I do live events. So I have like a really simple template that I taught people that don't even know Photoshop how to edit those templates. So we're going to learn that in our next class, and every single week we have a new class. So if you're interested, there's a membership. There are 2 memberships. One is $30 a month. You get 4 different access to 4 classes. They aren't the live classes. You get to watch the replay of the classes, but you automatically start with lessons 101 to 104 immediately when you enroll. So that's $200 worth of classes and templates and fonts and all that good stuff. And then every single week, a new course will drip to you. So for those who already signed up, you may already see 105. So 105 is the sock course that we did, and I taught you all how to do the automatic pattern from using Photoshop features. So you'll bring in your elements, you create a pattern, and it will fill any size object with that pattern. Jeffrey, so to enlarge the file for an all over template, that's definitely, I already have it as an all over template. So if you do all overs, my suggestion is to buy an all over template and then break it down to a 13 by 19. But for instance, if we go to the home page, this is what the all over template looks like versus the 13 by 19. So you can see it's pretty much the same design. It's just that the 13 by 19 has this layer mask included with it. And the all over shirt has the same layer mask too, just to let you know. But I do have a video. If you search for 13 by 19 to all over, I have several videos where I show you how to take your 13 by 19 design and turn it into an all over. Okay, so that's a good question. So same thing with you, Tiffany. If you want to turn this into an all over, I'll demonstrate it now. Let's say, for instance, you want to do that. What's today? Monday. If you need it all over prints, if you need me to send you the printouts for the all overs, you would have to pretty much order tonight for me to get them out in the mail tomorrow. And I'll show you quickly how you would do that. Let's go ahead and open up the free blank template. Let's go to templates, and then I'm going to do the blank, and this one is going to be up to a 3X. So it's a youth, I'm sorry, an adult small all the way up to an adult 3X. And I'll show you how we're going to convert this over. I don't know what file I'm opening right now because it's taking quite a little time to... Oh, that's the one that has the bonus already in it. I did not mean to open that one. And then of course Photoshop won't let me cancel. That's a big old file that has like 3 different designs on it. Well, just let it open, let it do its thing, because I don't like to fool with Photoshop when it's thinking. Photoshop is boss. I just let it have its way. Yeah, I think I got too much going on this one. Yeah, it's taking its time. Come on, baby. Jasmine asks, is there a course on doing all over shirts? And if so, does it come in the membership? So I let you all tell me what you want to learn. I just put up a post of what the next few classes are going to be. And if that's something that you want to learn, I have designed all over shirts with you all. And The flip side to that is we can do some live courses too, like physical courses where we do some activities together, like via video. However, doing a paste up session for all over shirts is really, really heavy. I did a video on how to paste up the different sheets, and you kind of have to prep for it because you have to make sure that every sheet prints out and it doesn't have any problems. So we can try that as a session. I just anticipate it's going to be a really long session. So the first part of the session may have to be done on one day where we design it and print it out, make sure everything prints well. And then the next day we may have to do the paste up session so that you all can ask me questions live. And I realized that some people learn a lot better when they have a direct source that they can talk to while they're running into the problems. So that's why I like to offer the live classes. So that's not a bad idea, but we will probably have to do is 2 classes, one for design and one for the paste up session. So that sounds like that would be a 2-part series. I like that idea, Jasmine. Clarissa, we have maybe 1 or 2 more spots for the apprenticeship, but right now what the apprenticeship is I need a couple of people who are able to do Photoshop and do the edits and basically do what I'm doing right now in order to help others and kind of allow me to work on expanding the group in some other ways. So you do have to be able to modify these templates, and if that's something that you can do, you can email me and showcase what it is that you know how to do already as far as editing the templates. And that kind of lets me know where your level of being able to help is. And if you have some extraordinary talents that maybe I'm not thinking of, if you are great with Instagram and Facebook marketing and that sort of thing, then you may be able to offer your assistance in that way. But usually with my apprentices, they get a good deal of access to the templates, basically being able to have access to the templates in exchange for helping me get some stuff done that needs to be done to make this engine run. Okay, so I think our basic templates up. I'm going to turn off the one with all the bonus stuff. But yeah, these were little designs. I think we did these live as a matter of fact. So no, I'm not going to save those changes. So I'm taking this blank template, getting everything off of it. And I will take everything that's on this active template. I'm going to collapse all my folders so I can see what I'm looking at. And I'll take everything here, do Control G to group it. Then it's going to move around as one big group. And I'm going to drag it and drop it like it's hot right onto my t-shirt. Now I'm going to resize it. So I'm doing Control T. I can resize it here. And I'm going to do my best not to come outside of this printable area here. And then what I'll do, let me let it register that change. I'm going to turn off this layer mask here. So I'm going to delete or disable the layer mask. Same thing with the foreground clouds. I'm going to disable that layer mask. And then I'm just going to transform my elements. So Control T allows me to transform it. Let's see, we do the same thing to the background here. And if I think I'm going to lose too much of my image, like I don't want to lose my stairs or my moon there, then I won't bring my image all the way out to the sleeves. I'll do something special. I will come right on top of, make a new layer on top of the background layer, and I'm just going to paint some clouds. So remember how we did before, just paint a cloud? I'll just stamp a cloud on there, Control T. Excuse me. And I'm going to do a color overlay and make it white. And this is just so that I fill out this area. Right, and then I have my background here. I'm going to take that same stairway background. I'm going to alt click and drag. And again, I'll alt click and drag this side over here. And it kind of looks continuous there, but I see some hard lines. So I'm going to take the top image. It's already got a layer mask on it. And I'm going to use my soft brush. Reduce the size of that brush there. And then I'll just paint away. So that I get a softer transition. You see that? So now it looks like I have a continuous background when all I've really done is just play with some elements of the existing background. And then for the foreground clouds, I'm going to add a new layer and choose my gradient. And I want to choose foreground to transparent. And if right now I have black selected, so I'm going to show you what that does. That's what black selected does. But I want to do a color overlay. So I'm going to choose FX, color overlay. And I can make it my blue color. I can make it that green color. And it fades right into it. Okay, so now it's an all over design. And the reason why I leave things editable also is because the text here, let's see, I want the fly high my hero. I can move these elements around and change the size and the scale of them as individual components. Now if I do Control 0, I can kind of zoom in a little bit. Looks like I can do a little bit better job of centering this. I'm going to bring it to the right just a little bit. And that's our all over design. Okay. So Tiffany, I'll send this one to you too. If it's something that you want to play with and possibly do something with, I already have it, so it's definitely no problem to send it to you. And I'm going to take these background layers. I have a little bit more space I can take up right up there at the top of the shirt, so I'm just going to pull that up. And we can do like a final zoom in, see if everything looks like we want it to. And that's beautiful too. Let's save as. I'm going to save it with your other files. And this one will be our all over. And the reason why I save it is PSB. So when y'all ask like what's the difference between a PSD as in document and a PSB as in boy is a large document. So PSD is a Photoshop document, but PSB allows for it to be bigger. So if you ever run into an error where you're trying to save it as a Photoshop file and it's like, hey, it's too big, I can't save it, try to save it as a PSB instead, and it should be able to save it for you. Okay, so I'll go ahead and send that one over to you too, Tiffany. All right, love. So I think we talked about the academy. We went over some templates. Y'all don't forget to check out the True Colors ink, and also we have a print head cleaner as well. So I'm plug-in right now. But also we have the empty cartridges. My suggestion is to always keep an extra set of cartridges on you at any given time. I can't tell you how many people have come to me because they know I have cartridges, even locally, and like, hey, Shannon, you happen to have a set of cartridges on you today? Like one of my chips just fell out and I have 100 shirts to start printing. Yeah, so those definitely come in handy to just have a spare set on you at all times. Especially, I would take a spare set with me when I do my events because there is no way in the world I'm going to find somebody with cartridges when I'm out on the road. So that's just my suggestion. Some of you asked me about one-on-one sessions. We do have one-on-one sessions, and we can do anything that if you want to talk about your problems for an hour. Which that's not uncommon, but basically you get me to yourself for an hour, and we work on a template. Usually takes an hour for me to teach you how to edit a template by itself. If you want to do a design from scratch, it usually takes 2 hours. So I like to give y'all that heads up. Some people just want to do, oh, well, can you help me set my colors up right for my color profile? I can help you do that. If you want a live video and show me what's going on with your heat press and what issues you're having, we can do that. Pretty much anything that I know and I'm aware of, I'm willing to help you and teach you for an hour, okay? Oh yeah, the EcoTank printers. Yes, thank you, Erica. There's a whole video that I did. It's actually a pretty fun video. Y'all should check it out. And I was comparing, and I have to, let me see. I'm just going to show you where it is. I'm not going to play it because I can't stand to hear my voice played over again. But it is this one where you see the True Colors inks. So it's the 7710 versus the EcoTank 15,000 versus the EcoTank 16650. And then I also threw in the 7270, which is a wide 44-inch printer. And what I did was I printed the same image, several times. I think it was 5 times per printer. And then I timed how long it took. If there were any interruptions, like that 7710, the black one right here in the middle, y'all know that 7710, 7720 is going to cut out in the middle of your print somewhere and tell you that the ink is missing. So you have to take care of it and baby it. But the only thing that I had to stop for with the 16650 was to put paper in because I didn't put enough paper in. But when I tell you that thing print out 20 prints, the same style of 13 by 19 remembrance print, just like this. It's the same style of design. Printed 20 of them in 9 minutes. And when I tell you, I was totally, like, I was shocked. I was really taken, and now that's my baby. That's the one I use even more than I use the big printer. So the big printer can print 3 of the 13 by 19 side by side, but it still doesn't print as fast as printing 3 from this one. So 3 from this one was like a minute and a half. This one took 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to print 3 of them. The 15,000 took about 2 minutes and 30 seconds to print 5 of them, which isn't bad. But this one took a minute and 30 seconds. A minute and 30 seconds. So basically 30 seconds per print, as long as it doesn't have any issues like with you needing to add paper or anything like that. The 7710, no, I lied. The 15,000 and 7710 are about the same print speed. It's just that the 15,000 doesn't need to stop. It doesn't need to stop to get refills and to tell you something's wrong with it or have an attitude and just want some attention. Like my babies, my needy little 7710s are. And don't get me wrong, I have several. When I tell you several, I probably have about 6 to 7 at any given time. Some of them will be in boxes, but I have several 7710s and 20s because I'll take them on the road. They ride or die for me, and I'm fine with using them the way that I have to use them. But yeah, that 16650 is a beast. You hear me? You'll hear me talk about it. Watch that video. And I think somebody actually bought one or said that basically it was sold. I wish I was getting a commission from Epson. But I'm not selling you that I'm not getting any kind of affiliate, kickback, anything on that. But yeah, that's just me being honest with you about this real deal, print game. Okay? All right. So yeah, good question. Y'all have anything else for me before I let y'all go for the evening and let y'all get some rest? Because y'all know I can stay up talking all night. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to let y'all know about while I have it here. There's a 13 by 19 all over. Those of you who've been asking me how to tile this stuff and print it, be my guest. It is not something that I wish to do any longer, but it's definitely something I encourage you to at least try. And then if you don't want to paste up the 8 sheets, it's really you only need 6 sheets if it's up to an XL, and 2X 3X you'll need those extra 2 sheets for the sides. But you should be able to do those, and probably like once you start practicing, it does take you about an hour to do a shirt. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's, you have to wait for the prints, make sure that they don't stop in the middle, make sure they all look about the same color, because your tile number 5 might be out of magenta, then all of a sudden you don't know it till you press it on the shirt. Yeah. Yeah, for the true sublimation ink, you can use your own refill cartridges, absolutely. The reason why I suggest, and let me see if I have this picture here. Okay, so the reason why I suggest these cartridges, these are my favorite. They take a little more work to fill them, because you have to basically prime the cartridge, which is where you remove the air and basically suck ink into that little circle right there. Those have been the ones that I find to be less problematic overall printing. So they have some that are easy. You just go ahead and fill them up, and they don't have any hole at all. And you'll notice that they have like the ridges on the side. Those tend to leak more often to me. Like as soon as I take a cartridge out, refill it, put it back in, there's like puddles of ink. And I think it's because it's not properly administering the right amount of ink when it's purging it. Because as soon as it or primes it, as soon as you put a cartridge in there and they thought it was empty, it's going to start trying to prime or purge that print head, and it's going to be pulling that ink down. I think it pulls down too much ink, and then I end up with puddles of ink, and then I have to do print head cleanings and wait till it's gone, and it's not worth it to me. These do that. They do it very seldomly. I think all refill cartridges do them, but these do it a lot less often. Okay. So, and I'll show you in the video. I did a video showing you exactly how to refill these. We had some fun together. I need to post my niece's video because she's 9 years old and she watched me do it. And she literally made her own version of the video with the little head cam on and all. Um, I used your first person camera. That's what she calls it. So she used my first person camera to shoot her own version of the video where she did fill up the cartridges, she primed them, she removed the air from them, put the plug back in and all. So she's really proud of herself. I need to post that. So I know if my 9-year-old niece can do it, even though she's pretty advanced, thanks to Auntie, hint, hint. Yeah, she could show you that y'all can do it too. She also did a session where she did Photoshop with me. She edited her own template. So I'm just telling y'all can do this. You hear me? Y'all's kids can do this. The family could be in on this, man. All right, so don't let me start getting goofy. I get goofy when I'm tired. So I have some more work to catch up on, but I hope to catch y'all tomorrow. It's been so much going on. Actually, I might not be available at all tomorrow because of some things that are going on, so I may have to take a day off. But I should be back in full effect on Wednesday. Okay, so I appreciate y'all, especially my first timers. Y'all tell the folks that caught the first live, welcome, and we're glad to have them, and we can't wait for more live sessions. You're welcome, Jasmine. All right, love. So I think we're going to end this one for tonight. If y'all have any questions, make sure you address them in the Innate Creatives Facebook group. If you don't know what that is, go to Facebook, type in Innate Creatives, INNATE Creatives. And this is our little group. Post your questions here. Uh-oh. I'm seeing some help. I got to not look at it right now. Oh, look at our class member. Look at Yolanda. I don't know if Yolanda's here tonight. I didn't see this yet. Oh, Sheena, go girl. Okay, so this is where we post what we're working on. If you're having issues with a template, see River, she got her 16650, baby. Oh, So she's gonna be in business. Yes. Okay. All right. So yeah, I see everybody. Okay, let me get off this thing tonight, y'all. I'll be off this scrolling and won't even take my butt to bed. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for real. And for now, and just for now, bye.